Hi, everybody. I'm Diva from ones.com. I'm glad to have you here today again for this Atlassian migration topic series webinar. And this is the episode 3 of this series. In the past few weeks, we have already introduced the overview migration capabilities of Ones to migrate Jira and conference data from Atlassian platform to ones.com. We also have Jeremy to introduce how we can use the migration tool to help you migrate the data and do the match migrations. And for this episode and the next one, the episode 4, we will focusing on the plugin migration. Since we know that for the enterprises customer, you may using many plugins while you're using your software, and that plugins is also a very important data for you guys to switch to a new platform. And that's the reason why we have these two topics. For today's webinar, we will focusing on the BI capabilities migrations. So what we will cover today is that I will give you a quick overview about what is the ONES BI, which is our BI plugins and built for the enterprises reports and dashboard management, which can replace the Jira plugins, BI tools, for example, the eazyBI you're currently using. And I will jump direct to the demo sections to give you a quick overview about the ONES BI capabilities and demonstrate the products using some common use cases. And next, I will also adjust the most frequent asked questions, how we're going to move from the BI tools in Jira software to the ONES BI. And just feel free to ask if you have any question during today's webinar. We have our solution engineer and the migration expert team here together with us in the QA sections. So just leave any of your questions in the QA sections and we will cover all of the questions. So let's get started. So before we migrate all the BI to a new platform, here's some very common questions from the end customers. For example, we now have hundreds of reports in the Jira software, how we can migrate them from the Jira platform to the new platform, how we can rebuild all of the reports in the new platform. And another question is that can we trust all the numbers after the migrations? All the numbers will match for the last quarter or not? And another question is that since we are switching from different platforms, so my team really knows about the eazyBI. Do we need some additional efforts to learn the new ONES BI? So we will addressing these 3 frequent asked questions for today's sections. Okay, so here's what you can get from the day one if you choose ONES as some solutions for the Jira alternative. So currently we have the ONES project for Jira software replacement. We have the ONES Wiki for the conference replacement. And today we also have the ONES BI plugins for the BI tools replacement. So one migration program, you can migrate all of the core business data as well as the BI tools to the new platform. So what you can get for the ONES BI is that you can still use the dragging and drop, use the UI interface to configure all of your reports and dashboards to manage all the assets control. You can definitely drill down to the details for the reports to check the work items behind it. And you can definitely create your custom dashboards and share with your teams, control the assets capabilities with the standard features. You can definitely insert these reports into ONES Wiki so that it's better for you guys to share these reports to the management team, or you can share with their external customers if needed. So in conclusion, if you are using the eazyBI, for example, the teams will know ONES BI easily. So nobody will start over from zero, no retaining or the way you use the eazyBI, it's the way you use ONES BI. And you use the same building blocks, choose the group that you use to measure what matters, filter, drill into the details, and your analytics stay analytics. And what we have today for the ONES BI is that we can help the enterprises, customers to manage their project and sprint progress, to check where the work stands and where it is heading. You can like measure the speed of the works, how long it takes, and where it waits. You can definitely measure the quality of your delivery. You can definitely measure the team resources with the together with the ONES resources, which is the building features in the ONES project as well. So I would share the ONES BI currently is a preview version since we heard a lot of feedbacks from the enterprises, customers since last September when Atlassian announced the end of life of their DC version. So that's the reason why we built the ONES BI, and currently it's in the preview version to demonstrate the product capabilities. And what available today is that we provide all the capabilities for the project issue types to help you to manage all the change over time, status, workflow, sprint delivery, or project delivery, as well as the time logging, efforts analysis, and others. So what we are like planning in the roadmap today is that we will also enhance the capabilities of ONES BI, for example, for the trend lines and forecasting, for a deeper period over periods comparison, or for like defining your own metrics using our own formula formats, and as well as some advanced time calculation is one that we hear a lot from the end customers. So we will put all this feature, all this advanced feature in the ONES BI roadmap. So let's dive into the live demo and see what you can get for the ONES BI. Okay, so as you can see, we have the ONES BI on the navigation bar here today. As mentioned, this is the very early preview version, so which means that if you would like to test it in your POC stage, just feel free to contact our team and we will provide the package for you to test this early preview version. And we treasure your feedbacks during your testing to improve the capabilities for the ONES BI. So as you can see here for the ONES BI, we have different components here. We have the dashboard where you can always configure the layout, add more reports from the analysis, and you can do some simple configuration like change the layout or do some simple filter rules or change the scope of this board, just selecting a single or multiple projects here. We also have this analyze components where you can find all the built-in reports that we provide to the customers. You can definitely create a custom new report based on your needs. And we also have the source data configuration. And as you can see here, you can include the data source. The current one is the instance that I'm using currently. And you can also automatically sync all the data as you need. We also have this basic settings. For example, we have this permission systems for the ONES BI, and we have some pre-built role management for 5 levels like admin, editor, analytics, viewers, or the dashboard viewers. And different roles means that they have different permissions to view or access to or edit the dashboards or even share the dashboards. And you can definitely create more users or departments and grant different permissions to these roles. So this is the permission system for the ONES BI. So let's see what we can get for the ONES BI. So as you may know that we, for every single dashboard, you can insert different widgets, different reports from the analyzed reports that we pre-built. And as you can see, I have already created 6 customized reports here, which shows like the issue status by assignee, time spent in status, the workload, work log analysis, and to define the delivery speed chant here or the monthly resolved bugs to show the qualities. So when you want to customize the report, just click on the buttons here. And as you can see here, we have different dimensions, system dimension, time level dimension, and we also have some different measures here. And all the reports, we will have different types of metrics like issues, field changes, work log analysis, status workflow, projects level, sprints level, or the people dimensions to analyze all the team performance here. For example, if I would like to check the bug trend for a specific projects, maybe we can like the status and bug, issue type, and I can select it's a bug. So this is how you can create a simple reports here. You can add more dimensions here. So this is how you can check like for all the bugs that we filter here in the issue type for every status, which status that we start for this bugs issue types. And you can definitely do some changes like this is the table levels. You can also change it to the bar chart or other types of chart as you need. And then you can rename it like the box where we stuck and the bug and save it. So after that, you will find the custom reports here. And when we go back to the dashboard and add reports, you will find this custom reports here. So we can have these new reports in the dashboards, and we can also do some quick filters like you can make it as the last 90 days or 30 days, or you can make it as an custom time range, maybe from the July all the way to today. And you can change the issue types here easily. And another thing is that you can definitely change the layout of the reports here. And you can definitely drag and drop to move the layout for the dashboard and save it. So this is how you can create a custom reports and make it available in your dashboard. And for the whole dashboard level, we also have a global filters here. You can also use the filter out, for example, to filter all the projects that belongs to Jeremy, for example. So all the data here will be upgraded automatically based on the quick filter here. And you can also projects to change the scope of this dashboards as you need. And another thing we can do with the ONESBI is that if you find something that you want to drill down the specific metrics, as for example, I want to see like how which result box we have for the July. I can just click on the specific metrics, and then you will find out you can drill down for all the resolve bugs for July. And if you would like to drill down to the specific issues and see more details, you can just click on it and we will jump direct to the ones projects. And you can find more details for this resolve bugs. So this is how the ONESBI, as part of the native plugins from the ONES team, can easily collaborate with the ONES project as well. Yeah. And as mentioned, we are enhancing these plugins and we will have more strong capabilities based on the enterprise's needs. And if you have any questions or if you have your own use cases that you're concerned how we can migrate it fully from the eazyBI or other BI tools in the Jira software to ONES, just feel free to contact us and we will provide the solutions case by case. And then other things that I introduce is that for the ONES Wiki is another scenarios that we can insert the BI reports and dashboard to the wiki page so that you can share this page together with the reports with your teammates or to your managers. So this is one of the example page that I created. And as you can see, this is two of the reports that I just created from the ONES BI, and you can definitely insert these reports or the whole dashboard to the ONES Wiki. And then you can share this page with your team members, and the members can also put in annotations here to maybe add more comments or the feedbacks for these reports. So this is how the ONES Wiki can collaborate with the ONES BI tools as well. Yeah, so that's pretty much about the core feature for this preview version. And we are treasure all of your inputs for your POC stage. If you are interested in testing the ONES BI tool, or if you're concerned about your BI migration, just feel free to contact us. So in the demo section, we have already answered all of these cases about where does our work stand right now? Are we deliver faster, slower? And where does the work get started? Who is the overloaded? Okay. So we just answered all of this question. You can definitely create custom reports to answer all of this question, no matter it's about the progress, the speed, the delivery speed, the quality, or the resource management. And the next question is about how we're going to move all the BI data from the Jira software plugins to ONES BI. So the concept is that migrating the eazyBI or the BI tools from Jira software, it's quite different from how we migrate the Jira software data and the conference data. As you may know that we have many project data and document data in the Jira software and conference, but for eazyBI, it's a configuration plugins that we use the business data from the from the Jira software and use the configuration rules to visualize all the reports and dashboards. So when we move it from the eazyBI to ONES BI, it's not migrating the business data. It's all about migrating all the configuration from the eazyBI to the ONES BI. So the thing is that how we're gonna put all the reports into the new platform, like how each report is grouped in the ONES BI and what it's measured, how it's charted, and all the folders, dashboards, and the way your report shows in the eazyBI, how we can repeat it in the ONES BI tool, and as well as the field user mapping between the two systems. So the answer is that we shape the reporting, use the ONES BI rules. We are not migrating the business data from the eazyBI to ONES BI. So that's how the reason why we need some additional assessment before the migrating. So the thing is that part of the configuration, we can move it cleanly. Like for example, how the report is grouped in the eazyBI, we will find a way to group it in the ONES BI. And the second part is that we may need some changes before the moves because the two systems still have some different in the infrastructure, and we will work together with our clients to find which part of the changes that we may need to do before the migration. And the third part is the most hardest part, is that we may need some human efforts. For example, in the eazyBI, you may use the MDX format to configure the reports, but currently we don't have the MDX formula in ONES BI. And since the two product is a little bit different, so in the roadmap feature, we will also have our own formula to help you to configure the reports and dashboard rather than the MDX. So we may need to find a way to convert the MDX formula to the ONES formula. So for the hardest cases, what we can help is that our migration expert team will help you together to flag everyone reports that may need some human efforts and rebuild it together with your teams. We work closely together with our clients before the formal migrations to ensure that you can prove the result before the formal migrations. And there's 5 stages that before you verify and switch. The first one is about we may need to review your existing reports and especially the most important reports and dashboard that you want to migrate it. And after that, we will provide the solutions and help together with you guys to configure and to make it happen in the ONESBI for the pilot testing and for some of time of the period, we may need to run both systems in the eazyBI as well as the ONESBI to ensure that the teams keep reporting and to make everything runs well based on your expectations. And the next step is a very important one is that we may work together with you to verify that the data in the ONESBI is exactly what you want in the new system. And after that, we can go to the cutover together with the Jira and conference migration. So this is the way we help the customers to migrate this complicated plugins from the old system to the ONES platform. So what if some customers, they would like to stay with the eazyBI? The answer is that except for the ONESBI that we built for the ONES customers, we also have another option is that if you would like to stay with the eazyBI, it's also possible to integrate the ones with the eazyBI private version. So you can keep the way you use eazyBI, get familiar with the eazyBI. So fewer changes that you need to do during the transition. But please make sure that the eazyBI private version is different from the eazyBI for Jira software plugin version. So the thing is that even you can stay with the most similar experience using eazyBI, you may still need to purchase the private license from the eazyBI company. Yeah. So either way, you can choose the options that you prefer when you switch from Atlassian products to ONES products. So that's pretty much about the webinar today. And as we just mentioned, migration is not a very easy thing. No matter you're choosing migrate the Jira products to which products, we believe that for the enterprises customers, there are a lot of complex data plugins need to be migrating and validate before the migrations. And since the ONESBI is in the preview stage, so that's the reason why we also need your inputs. So before the migration, you may ask some questions like what is the one report or reports your leadership cannot live without, and which eazyBI capabilities are non-negotiable for you during the migrations, and what would you need to see before you trusted the switch. So all this answer of the questions will help us to shape the ONESBI roadmap. So just contact our migration expert team, and this is the very best time for you to shape the ONESBI roadmap together with our product team. Okay, so this is final section for the ONESBI introductions. And as we just mentioned, this is a Atlassian migration webinar series, and this is the 3rd one. And we will continue have some other topics like the OneScript migration, the AI capabilities we have in the ONES on-premises version. So just feel free to watch the full Jira Alternative series in our YouTube channel, and feel free to ask any questions that you may have.